after the pandemic, it's just so many people started coming out with podcasts and wanting to say and do every goddamn thing on a podcast now or a live stream. Because I think one thing that relationship podcasts are missing is a lot of solutions. And I just get really tired of hearing people talk about relationships without fully understanding them. Welcome back to another episode of the UNPARISHABLE Podcast. It's your boy Parish in all caps, but no cap. Remember that. And today I'm going to do a solo podcast. I'm going to try this out. Your boy been ripping and running, doing lots of different things. As right now, I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. For those of you that know, I am on tour with Stokely from Mint Condition, and I'm his tech, setting up all the gear and stuff, making sure the show runs smoothly. But yeah, man, I've just been doing a lot. I've been trying to keep up with these episodes ever since I started this podcast. It's just been a lot going back and forth, and I planned on doing 2 a month. Well, at first I wanted to do 1 a week, but then I was like maybe 2 a month, and then it got to 1 a month, and then it's just been hectic. A lot of stuff going on. But I just moved as well, which is crazy, man. Like moving sucks ass, bro. I hate moving so much. When I was younger, we moved around a whole lot. I was born in Miami, but raised partially in New York, and then moved to Atlanta, and then back to New York, and then moved around a lot when we were in Atlanta. So it's just crazy. I really do not like moving at all, man. And trying to find a place nowadays is kind of crazy. And everybody's moving to Atlanta, so it's jacking up all these prices of everything and making it harder for us who've been here for a long time to just get our own place. But anyways, yeah. So that's why if you see some new episodes that to start to drop, you might see me in different locations because I might be in hotel rooms, and because I just moved, so when I do them at my home, they will be in a different location. And as I'm traveling, I'm gonna try to get better at doing these, like packing up my gear and getting certain things I need to make it smoother. Man, speaking about housing, I saw this video a while ago. I don't remember who it was from though. The more and more I do podcasts and stuff, one thing y'all gonna realize is that I really don't got a good memory. Like I remember a lot of the of major points of things, and I'll be like, yeah, I saw this one thing, but then I don't remember the names of who said what and those type of things. But hold on, let me see if I can find it as I'm pulling it up. Legia Miller. Yeah. There's this person, Legia Miller, she was talking about property and how mass ownerships of rental property should be illegal. And I don't remember everything, but if you want to go look up her video, then you could find out for yourself. Hold on, maybe I should just pull it up for a second, just let y'all know what it looks like. Let's see, let me pull it up. Yeah, so double screening. So here is the video right here. Mass ownership of rental property should be illegal. But essentially what she's talking about in this video is like how like you have a lot of, one of the things that could kind of be messing up the prices for housing is Airbnbs. And this is not the totality, but this is a part of the problem, which is that you have lots of people and companies that will buy up whole properties like apartments, townhome complexes, and a bunch of homes and turn them into Airbnbs, kicking people out who were once there and essentially renovating and renewing and turning them into Airbnbs, and nobody else can live there because they're for Airbnbs now. And you have people moving to areas like certain rural areas or areas that were very nice, but maybe not many people once lived, and seeing an opportunity to, come in and buy up property at scale and turn them into Airbnbs. And not saying that Airbnbs are bad, but these are the type of things that do kind of fuck up prices, because once people start moving out and then people start buying up property, then that makes the property value go up. And then when other people try to then buy, more property in that area, especially people who've been living there for a very long time, then the prices of everything are high. And it also makes things scarce because there's higher demand for homes, but you got people that are not living in homes and they're just, Airbnbs and whatnot. But that's one of the things she was talking about. And those type of things just been on my mind lately since I've had to move, and, just trying to find places. But yeah. One of the things that was also been on my mind a little bit too is like the fact that I am doing a podcast, and I know like I've always listened to podcasts. I even started doing podcasting years ago, maybe like 2016, 2017. I did one podcast with my homie Keone. Shout out to Keone. He's the one who kind of got me into podcasting, and we would just riff and rant and talk about stuff. Me, him, my wife, and other people that we would get on, and we would talk about different things. And I think I did one other podcast maybe in like 2018, but never really did anything with it after that. And then around the pandemic was deciding to get back into it. And then I started doing one with my brother, but had some, work things that got in the way, and he had to move out of town. And so I stopped it for a little while and came back with the Unperishable podcast. It's something I've always wanted to do. And people that know me, like, a lot of people think I'm just kind of chill and quiet and don't say much, but I really thrive, I think, in more intimate environments where I can talk to people face to face and, really get to see what, people are thinking and interacting. Like I'm bad at text messages. Like I'm bad with interactions on social media and stuff like that. Like I'd much rather talk to people or be around people. But I'm also like a kind of you got to get to know me type of person, because we could be chilling and talking for a while, or I could be coming around for a while and you never talk to me, and then, or I'll never talk to you. And then after a while, slowly conversations start to, happen, and people will be like, hey, I kind of like this guy. He's very cool. You know what I mean? Or I get to talk to those people or whatever. I think it's, I'm an introvert, but I choose a lot of fields, a lot of creative fields that are, require you to be in front of the camera or on stage, like singing and performing or having to interact with fans or people. But I guess no one's ever truly one thing. I know they have that whole like Myers-Briggs test scale thing or whatever you call it. And Um, I think I was, damn, what the INFP? They're supposed to be like the mediator, or um I don't even really remember. Like I said, I have bad memory, but I just some of the things that I looked up. Anywho, now I'm starting to get off track and ramble. But yeah, so my whole point is with doing this podcast stuff, like after the pandemic, it's just so many people started coming out with podcasts and wanting to say and do every goddamn thing on a podcast now or a live stream. And it might seem like, goddamn, another fucking podcast by another fucking weirdo with a skinny ass head. Yeah, but it's something I really been wanting to do for a while, and it's not going anywhere. And so many more people are, going to be doing it, and especially in this era when, as a musician or as anybody doing anything creative, they say content is key. So you have to find a way to get people to be interested in your thing. And I've always been a fan of, interacting with people in an authentic way. And I feel like authentically a podcast would be a good way for me to interact with other people, to interact with a fan base, and, get to know people and have people get to know me, and have people connect with not just my art, but me as a person. And also, I get to have more content that I can chop up and turn into things and review things or talk about things that have been on my mind. I mainly want to talk to people, which is why like the first few episodes was me with other people. If you haven't caught any of those episodes, please go check those out, where I talk about Haitian Independence Day, which was my very first episode of the UNPARISHABLE podcast, where I just talked about the entire story of Haitian Independence Day, because I am Haitian and I'm Dominican, so I got both sides of the island. And maybe one day I'll do a Dominican story, and I'll invite other one of my friends that are Dominican, or maybe a family member who knows the history of the Dominican Republic, and get to talk about that. There's lots of rich history going on. I feel like I really sympathize with the Haitian side a lot, because man, they just get trashed, and it's unfair to a nation who was the first independent slave nation in the world, like the first country ever that was comprised of slaves to just gain their freedom on their own. They beat the French, they beat the British, they beat the Spanish, and gained independence. And seems like the powers won't let them forget that. They've been punished ever since. But the Dominican side also has some very cool history, very dark history as well. Just like Haiti has a lot of dark spots in it too. But yeah, so maybe I'll do a story on the Dominican Republic fairly soon. We'll see. I don't remember where I was going with this, but anyways, check out that podcast. And I did another one with my homeboy Coley, where we talked about some cool things. And I got another one coming out with one of my friends that I did as well. And I got this one. I'll probably start trying to try out a couple of these that I do on my own. And if y'all like them, let me know. If y'all don't like them, then go fuck yourself. But yeah, so I guess my whole point is, even though there's a lot of podcasts going on right now, I do feel like I want to participate. Just like there's a million musicians out there, and I like music too. I guess I like a challenge, maybe because I just put myself in these fields that are saturated. But I don't know. I like the things I like. And I do think there is an over, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, there's a tremendous amount of people that are trying to jump into podcasting that I think have not really thought about their own ideas, thought about themselves, or what they really want to say or have to say. Just like with any field, whenever you let a lot of people in and they feel like they can capitalize and grow off of something that's pretty popular and that they know could get them massive attention, they're going to find the quickest and best way to do that. And a lot of people are salacious, say craziness, and just want to talk. Like, it does get very annoying when I see, a random bozo with a microphone and they're just, talking shit about anything. When it's like, whether it's about making money, like, hey man, you want to make $1 million? Let me tell you something. All you've got to do is, if you've got one penny, you take that penny, and then what you got to do with that penny is you're going to put that into a penny stock. And then you're going to take that stock after 2 months, and then you're going to buy you a drop shipping website. You're going to get you a drop shipping website. And what you're going to be doing on that drop shipping website is selling bendy straws, because you got to see a untapped market. And you got to find your niche, man. Find your niche. And then after you find your niche, then you go and you create that dropshipping website. And then in 6 months, that dropshipping website is going to turn into a 6-figure business. Then you take that 6-figure business and you sell it. And you take that and then you put it into NFTs. And it's always like, it's simple. It's that simple. You just do that and you start there and boom. And there's a lot of people out there that give good advice. There's a lot of people out there that know what they're talking about with money. And there's, a lot of people just trying to be salacious. And to be fair, like, when you're trying to make people laugh or whatever with like comedy podcasts, or you can go off on the deep end because you're trying to get a laugh out of people. And sometimes you're not really conscious of what you're saying. But I guess that's my point. And then relationship podcasts. Oh, my God. Relationship podcasts are the most annoying. You just see these people. Everybody got a freaking idea on how to be in a relationship. You got to have this type of relationship, have that type of relationship. The man needs to be an alpha and, red pill, pink pill, incel, this and that. And, what is that called? Hypergamy and all this shit, man. Like, you just got so many people that know they can say something, stuff that I feel like a lot of them either don't really believe or just haven't really even thought about. It's stuff that they just know that they can say, and it's going to get them a random, click because people are mad. People are outraged, or people got opinions, or people got whatever, and it's just almost like data farming. And those things get on my nerves. It'd be so many people. It'd even be people that are in relationships. But I think my point is that I don't think people are conscious. Like, people don't really think about the things they want to say. And I understand I do sometimes as well. But I feel like it just takes a little more. You got to dissect yourself. You got to dissect your partners, your friends, your own decisions. Think about decisions you've made, why you made those decisions, what's going on in your life. And, even if you are, because sometimes you can be fleshing out ideas or thinking about it as you're talking. I do that a lot too, but at least you're thinking, at least you're getting the gears going, at least you're trying to pull something out of yourself and challenge your own ideas. It's like Socrates, the Socratic method of like questioning yourself. until you get to the point where you say, I don't know. And then trying to figure out why don't you know and what that is. And you're never going to know everything. So it's good to know what you don't know, too. I think that's the story of Socrates, is that his friends went to the oracle at Delphi and was like, who's the wisest person? And she said Socrates. And they went to Socrates and was like, yeah, the oracle said you're the wisest person. And he was like, no, I'm not. And they were like, well, how could you say that? And he believed in the gods and the oracles and stuff, but he just felt like he wasn't the wisest person because he knew he didn't know everything. He knew what he did not know, which is very important. And I think more people should definitely tap into challenging their ideas. And I feel like a lot of these podcasts, especially relationship podcasts, there's no real solutions. It's just things to get you riled up, things that, you know, can make you, to just get people moved. You know what I mean? Like, there's no real substance behind the thought. We want to talk about relationship podcasts in particular because I hear so much about it. And I'd like to say the first thing is that I feel like so many people with these relationship podcasts forget about one thing. And I think before, and not to, because you do have to date and you do have to get into the practice, but I think a lot of people, before they should focus on, you know, who they should be with and how they should date and what's the proper way to be as a man or a woman or anything in between, is to understand yourself first. And I know it's something that people say and it's cliche to hear sometimes, but things are cliche for a reason. Like, people don't really think about themselves and how they relate to the world and other people. And, you know, maybe you should work on building solid friendships in a community, because that is very important as well. Like, community, and because that's your support. You know what I mean? There's going to be, you know, when you build a family, there's going to be people around you, like your brothers and other friends and all of that are going to be helping you out with all of that. Yeah, you know, those are going to be the people that during times of anything, even with raising your children and who engages with your partner and all of that, like, in this way, it's gonna be more than you and your partner, because more than you and your partner exists in this world. And I don't know, I just feel like so many people put like a heavy emphasis on how to be in a relationship, and they don't even know how to relate to themselves and other people. Like, even with dating, for people out there, especially, like, you know, there's a lot of people that have advice for incels, and, you know, it's easy to bash these guys and call them betas and whatnot, but there's people that they've probably been through something, and there's probably a scar that they haven't really worked on yet. And I think a lot of them need to firstly understand how to relate to other people in the world first. Find out what your thing is and your community is, because you'll more than likely find all the people that you can relate to best, even in a partner, through that community. And being the best you possible in that community. I feel like a lot of people don't put enough emphasis on that. They kind of forget about community and forget about, you know, before even engaging in a conversation with trying to date It's just learning how to get to know people. Because even in a relationship, you're going to have to constantly get to know yourself and your partner on a daily basis. Because things change. Things might be one way at first, and then things could change to be a whole nother way. There are lots of things that you grow out of and grow into and move from and move to. Like I said, as you challenge your thoughts, as you grow as a person, there are definitely going to be so many things that you find that you no longer agree with, things that no longer fit you. And I think that it's some of the things that get lost in a lot of these relationship podcasts. And I think that like everything's about balance. And I say that because, a lot of these podcasts start with, everything should be 50-50, or why you should never get with a 50-50 man, or why the alpha men take care of everything, or, stuff like that. And it's just like everything needs balance. Everybody needs to take care of the part that they need to take care of. And that's balance in everything. If you do something that you can take care of more, and your partner does that opposite part better, then y'all work with each other that way. And it's a balance. You know what I mean? That's how you balance a scale. It might be in one area 80-20. In another area, it might be 60, 60-40. And in another area, it might be 50-50. Because nothing is just as simple as everything being one way. We're all complex creatures. You know what I mean? And we all can go much deeper in ourselves and much deeper in our friendships and our partners than anything else. I think that people just see this advice on these podcasts and don't even think to themselves like, does this work for me? Is this something that I could, really fuck with, in challenging the ideas and beliefs behind those things? And now I'm just saying lots of words. But nonetheless, let's not forget to cultivate a great relationship with ourselves first. And think about, our own paths and where we want to be, and how the people around us align with that first. It has to align with that first. So yeah. Let me think. What else? What is? Yeah, I don't really know what else I wanted to talk about. I think I rambled my way into a hole here. Yeah, so I think I'll just keep going on with this relationship stuff. Because I think one thing that relationship podcasts are missing a lot, like I said earlier, and is a lot of solutions. And I just get really tired of hearing people talk about relationships without fully understanding them. And I think that was the main point there. I don't know. I might just end it here. I don't know if I'll put this whole thing up or just chop it up and only use it for shorts. So one thing I'm definitely gonna start doing, especially for these times where I'm gonna do the podcast on my own, is put up a list. If anybody has any questions or wants me to talk on a specific thing, then I will encourage people to put it in my comment section. Follow me or this page on Instagram, because I definitely will post. I will definitely post questions in like my Instagram stories and stuff like that. Don't use Twitter a whole bunch, but if people would rather I post it there, I'll do that, or Reddit. I don't know. I'll figure out what's the best thing that'll work for me in doing this thing, but I'll definitely ask people what they would like for me to talk about, and I'll see if I can give a solid opinion or advice and see if I could help people out. But I think I might end this right here. Yeah, I think I'm done, because I got to get out of here in a second anyways. Show is about to start soon. But, if this tickled your fancy, if you liked anything, please share this thing. Get other people involved. I might try to get to once a week. I'm going to try to do that once a week. Y'all let me know what days y'all like the best for a post. But I'm going to try to rack these things up, because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy talking to people, even if I'm talking to myself, which is very surreal. There's something surreal about this, because there's literally nobody here in this room right now. Like, it's just me. I'm in this hotel room by myself, and I am talking into the ether, hoping that someone catches this. Like, I don't know if that's like how it feels before we're born or something. Like we're just swimming around in our dad's nutsack, or the egg in our mom's vagina or uterus. And we're just, we just bust a nut into the ether and hope the egg catches it and hope we're born or something. I don't know where I'm going with this, but maybe I'm busting an audible nut and hoping that everybody's ears catches this and it permeates and something resonates with you guys and fills you up, impregnates you with poignant thought and understanding. The only thing I hope is there's no indifference. Even if there's like, I don't agree with this guy, get him the fuck out of here, or I made you mad or something. I definitely don't want indifference. But yeah. And I probably can do this because I'm a performer. Like, even though we perform in front of people, like, it is a little bit of a narcissistic thing of like, I'm gonna make some shit, put it out there and sing or dance or do something in front of people, and you're gonna love it. You're just gonna eat it up. Because even though I'm performing on that stage, it's like I had to do a lot of this shit in a room by myself first, like, with the writing and the producing and the recording. When you record, you're technically recording to nobody. Like, there's definitely been times that's like making music where I'm making a beat or recording something, and, that night I'm just like, man, this shit is hard. And then the next day you open up your laptop and you press play and you be like, what the fuck was? Yeah, it'd be shit like that, and it don't sound good. But anyways, I'll get better at this, and I think I'm gonna have to write out more points. And I'm not one to really like write everything out that I want to say, but just have some ideas of what I want to say. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up now. Peace. 100,000 roses just for your loving. You know I ain't holding nothing above you. I got time for holding, kissing and loving. You don't have to worry, cause baby you don't know, but I've been missing you when I'm gone. And I love what you're bringing to the show. I don't want nothing from you, but I just need you to unleash your love, cause I want it all. 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 Who got the keys to your psyche? I know who that might be. Young, wild, and quite free. Love so enticing, and I'm talking you. Go deep, I'm trying to crack it open. Got me unfolding. Let your flaws unthaw, get raw. Baby, you gotta know that I've been missing you when I'm gone. And I love what you bringing into the show. I don't want nothing from you, but I just need to unleash your love, cause I want it all. Unleash your love, cause I want it all. Unleash your love, cause I want it all.